Starting off again this week with another little bit of kit that I've bought. I've added an additional monitor bracket to here. So I've got one locked in at a right angle, and then I've got another one now attaching to the monitor, which allows me to tilt the monitor. I can rotate it like that, and then when I want to put the monitor away at the end of the night, another job, I can push it in like that. It's not perfect, but for me, in this current situation, it's kind of the best workaround I can have. Ironically, I ordered this. So I need to get the tensions and everything sorted and work out what I can do. But ironically, I ordered this the day that David Moorfield released his video about the perfect monitor bracket, and that Condor Blue mount looks great. So I think I'll in the future I'll definitely be looking at that. But this is the solution I've got at the moment. So another little addition to the rig is this base plate from Nicey Rig. Basically using this as a spacer because the current setup I've got with handles on this rig basically stops the base plate for the tripod plate, quick release plate, from being accessed from both the front and the rear where I've got the shoulder pad. So I'm basically just dropping this plate down by using this to allow it to quickly slip on and off the tripod, so I don't have to mess around with taking the handles off. So got that new plate in. So this is the one with the bars in. So this is the small rig one that I've had originally, and then I put that new Nicey Rig in there, and that just means, and I've taken the blue thumb screws out of here, so these are now just secured in, but it now means that the plate easily clears, so that means I can get this on and off easier. And I've had another play around with this monitor system now and got it all tightened up, so I can release that there, pull this out. It's a bit hard one-handed. That's there, and I've now got my monitor, and I can spin it this angle axis here, and it will hold itself there and there, and then it will also rotate here if I need it to. Then at the end of the day I can just loosen that off, push that in, take the battery off and drop it into my bag. So that's it all set up, and this is how I'm going to take it tonight because I'm shooting football. So I've got the Vivitar 28 to 210 on there, and then I've got the Hollyland on the back with the battery to balance it out for on the shoulder shooting. And eventually I will upgrade this elastic band to a bongo tie like this one here for a bit more professional looking elastic band. But yeah, glad to have got that all sorted. So arriving at the stadium, this is Sandygate, where Hallam FC play. This ground is the oldest football ground in the world, and Hallam FC are the second oldest football club in the world. So I film here when I can, and I do this for free. I volunteer. The club is run by volunteers, and it gives me a great opportunity to practice and film sports, and then I can give them the footage and they can use the footage that they want on their social media. So it's a win-win for both of us, and I get to keep practicing and working on my my shooting, and I get the opportunity to shoot sports, which isn't available to everyone. So I'm quite lucky to be able to do this every week when I can. So this is some behind the scenes shot on my GoPro mounted on my camera. I'm running around here grabbing some B-roll before the game, and then during the game I'll be filming a pitchside video for the club. I'll also add a little clip of what I was shooting synced up with the behind the scenes footage, so you can see me operating and what ended up in the final film, and that'll be in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. So here I've set up on the other side of the pitch for the team's warm-up and to get some footage of the ground filling up. I'm really pleased with this setup actually. I think it's really solid, it sits really well on my shoulder, and I know it's an older camera, but it's what I'm working with at the moment, and in the future I can replace the camera body out with a more modern body. The next step for me is to get a all-purpose zoom lens, so something like the 18-105 f4 from Sony, and then I can use the power zoom and the clear image zoom on this camera, and that'll just be my all-around lens that I can keep on the body. I am a prime guy. I love shooting on Canon FD primes, they're my favourite lenses, but I do need just that all-in-one practical lens that I can do events and sports and just everything with. But I do also really like shooting with this, the push barrel zoom, because it allows me to zoom in and out really quickly and quite naturally. It is quite soft, but as I say, this is volunteer work, so I can practice, and at the end of the day the quality of the footage isn't paramount. It's more about the content and the ability for me to practice. But you'll see in this footage how easy the zooming is with this lens, and I can focus and I can zoom all with one hand on one ring, so it makes life really easy for me. So here we've got the two teams walking out onto the pitch at the beginning of the match, and this lens gives me all the reach I need, but it is very soft. However, I am shooting in the 1080p resolution on this camera, which is also quite soft, so and it's night, so it is quite grainy, so I've just fully accepted that and gone with quite a grainy look to the final film. It works, and you're never going to get a completely sharp image with this setup. Changing ends here at half time. There wasn't really much action my end of the pitch during that first half, so hopefully there is a bit more this second half. Here you've got me setting up on the tripod right by the corner flag for the second half. The one problem I do have with this camera is that it's quite back heavy while on the tripod, so I need to try and work out the balance and the flow on the video head. So there we go, that's full time. Hallam lost 2-1 in the end, but I managed to film a goal, which I'm always pleased about. It gives me something to send to the club and they can use for highlights and things like that. I'll leave a link down below to see the final film if you're interested in watching everything I shot this evening. And then, yeah, that's everything for this week. Got home and then edited the footage the next day. Quiet week this week, so I was able to get it all sent off and done within about 15 hours of the shoot being finished. And then that went up on their social media. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.